Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into something I am absolutely pumped about. It's an incredibly intense, truly life-altering strategy known as ghost mode. Look, if you're feeling stuck, if you're tired of just getting average results, and you truly want to see a massive transformation in your life, this is the ultimate approach. Based on the source material we're analyzing today, the secret to unprecedented growth isn't about doing more out in public or making a big splash. It's actually the exact opposite. It's about completely cutting yourself off from the noise of the world. It's about just disappearing so you can focus entirely on your own evolution. So get ready, because we're going to break down exactly how to execute this whole shebang.
Now, I want you to be totally honest with yourself for a second. Do you share all your plans with others? It's a harsh truth to swallow, but constantly seeking validation by broadcasting your goals to the world, that is exactly why you're failing to achieve anything truly big. The source material points out this fascinating sociological tendency. Basically, people naturally want to place themselves above you. So when you share your grand, exciting plans, others often feel jealous or they just dismiss them entirely. But worse than that, and this is the real kicker, you actually get a premature sense of accomplishment just from talking about your goals. That little hit of dopamine completely drains your drive to actually do the hard work.
Okay, let's dive into the blueprint for this. The transformation relies on three highly specific phases. Number 1, disappear completely from the public eye. Number 2, work like a shadow entirely undetected. And number 3, reappear completely transformed. Now I have to warn you right now, as the source emphasizes heavily, if you miss or skip even one of these phases, especially rushing that crucial final phase, it will completely derail your progress. It'll leave you with lifelong regret. You absolutely have to commit to the entire process.
So let's start at the beginning. Phase 1, control your tongue.
As human beings, we are literally wired to broadcast our lives. It's a survival tendency. But to enter ghost mode, you really have to fight human nature. An American pastor once noted, "You can change your world by changing your words." You see, your tongue is the thing that betrays you the most, and controlling it is the fundamental ground zero step. Your thoughts need to stay locked away in your mind. Controlling what you say, or more accurately, what you completely refuse to say, is exactly how you take absolute control over your own reality.
So, when friends, family, or your coworkers inevitably start asking about your plans, you must become an unsolvable mystery. You reply with exactly these words: "Nothing special, haven't thought about it yet." That's it. Keep every single important detail of your life hidden. Give them zero updates, nothing to judge, and absolutely nothing to praise.
Which brings us right into phase 2, the truth of the spotlight effect.
To operate like a true ghost, you have to understand a massive illusion you've probably been living under your whole life: the spotlight effect. This is a cognitive bias where you falsely believe everyone is watching your every move. But here is the blunt truth: nobody is thinking about you. Everyone is so busy obsessing over their own massive problems, they probably didn't even notice your new haircut. Getting trapped in this bias makes you take actions just to indirectly impress other people or prove a point, and that almost always ends in failure. You really have to let go of this invisible audience.
Because nobody is actually watching, and because outside opinions simply do not matter, you must keep these things hidden at all costs: your pain, your sweat, your hard work, and your failures. Here is a brutal reality check straight from the source material. Society only respects success. It does not respect hard work. Think about it. Everyone works hard. Everyone suffers. Because of that, you must brutally hide all your messy struggles and your exhaustion behind closed doors. You do the work, but you never, ever ask for pity.
To put this into perspective, just think about the number 1,000. That is the exact number of times Thomas Edison failed before he finally invented the light bulb. People today don't sit around remembering his thousand silent, agonizing failures in the dark, right? No, they only remember him for the one bright, world-changing success. Massive, hidden failures absolutely must precede public success.
Similarly, look at the incredible story of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Long before he became a revered global leader in missile technology, his early SLV-3 rocket project was a complete, highly stressful public failure. But you know what he did? He kept his head down. That continuous, quiet, unseen effort in the shadows eventually completely transformed him, and it propelled his entire nation forward on the global stage.
The ultimate lesson from these historical giants is pretty simple, really. 100 silent failures can be completely wiped out by just one massive success. It's like a giant eraser. You only need one massive win to cover up all the silent losses, the physical exhaustion, and the mental fatigue you're going to endure while working in ghost mode. So just keep going in silence.
Okay, now for the practical stuff. Phase 3, the Ghost Mode Action Plan.
Understanding the psychology behind all this is one thing, but now we have to actually execute the shadow work. First up is the setup. Pick very specific targets. Maybe it's acing a major entrance exam, launching a new business, or just entirely transforming your physical fitness. Whatever it is, write it down on a physical piece of paper. Attach photos so you can really visualize that reality, and then hide them like a secret treasure. Truly, treat them like top secret documents. Only you are allowed to see them.
Now, I absolutely love this logical breakdown. Ask yourself this: who wins in a fight? A 14-hour obsessive fighter who sleeps for 8 hours, trains for 14 hours, and has only 2 free hours? Or an 8-hour quote-unquote balanced fighter who sleeps for 8, trains for 8, and chills for 8? It's just basic math, really. The math proves why balance is a complete myth when you want extraordinary results. The massive obsessive input of the 14-hour fighter practically guarantees superior output. If you want this to work, you have to become the obsessive fighter.
But to achieve that crazy level of output, these are your uncompromising rules. Ready? No social media, no gaming, no resting, no binge watching, and yes, that literally means closing Netflix. It's about total obsession. Ghost Mode demands that every single waking hour of your day must revolve exclusively around achieving those hidden targets you just wrote down. There is absolutely zero room for distraction.
Finally, we reached the final stage, your new avatar.
This is exactly what happens when the shadow work is finally complete and you re-enter the world to shock everyone who thought you just faded away. You are going to reappear as an unbeatable beast, mentally wise, physically strong, and financially free. You will have exceeded even your own wildest expectations, and you know what the beautiful irony of this entire Ghost Mode journey is? Once you actually achieve this elevated state, you won't even care about the validation anymore. Your hunger is just going to push you toward even bigger goals, entirely in silence. So I'm going to leave you with one final provocative thought. What specific goal are you about to disappear for? Seriously, it is time to stop talking, drop all the distractions, fully embrace the absolute silence, and start your transformation right now. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today. Now go disappear and do the work.